Welcome back, everybody. We're here for week number 2 Silver Series action. I'm going to be hosting again, Wired, and joining me in the booth is Mr. Soulpun. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Art?
Doing good, doing good. A little tired. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, but that's okay.
Well, hopefully this live action racing give you a little boost.
I hope so. I just hope they don't single out too quick. Keep it a little exciting.
Well, there's a lot of good competitors, so hopefully we got some good action-packed racing.
Absolutely. And we got some people who weren't here last week joining us. We got No Limit Tuck, also known as Zat Dimes. Petrie was here, and the Bunk was not here last week. So a couple new, very quick guys joining us this week. So it should be exciting.
Yes, excited to watch and see how we do here.
Yeah, especially on this first track. I mean, me and you both have grinded this track to hell and back. Um,
Yeah, I
so
kind
we,
of miss some bronze days.
oh yeah, those were good times. I was up in silver for this race, but I mean, you joined us and put on a hell of a show. So if there's anything
All
that
the way
we
up
know about this
until
track,
that deadly chicane in the outer wall, trying to get set up for that second turn in there.
oh yeah, yeah, that wall that sticks out in the chicane is where a lot of death will happen, especially more here in the Silver Series as they start to try and take it a little more quick than what bronze guys were doing. They were kind of a little reserved, trying to take it safe. But I
I think
know
I'm
a
gonna
lot of these
start off
guys.
with King here.
I'm gonna
See how
hop on
King
board
Saturn starts off.
with my teammate over in GT7, Mr. No Limit Tuck.
Okay.
He was racing me very hard in practice today, so I expect to see him do some good stuff.
There's one thing he does do. It don't matter if it's practice or not. He gives it his all.
That's right. If he's up there, even if it's qualifying laps, he wants to battle you, and he will. And I love it.
Uh, and, I mean, if you're battling, puts you both a little slower in the qualifying laps at least,
It's fine.
but pushes you harder too.
Yeah, exactly. And it,
King King almost found that outer wall there coming through the chicane.
yeah, Dimes almost clipped it on his way through as well. I was a little worried, not gonna lie. You can barely hear Soul. Here, let me turn him up, guys.
Oh,
Let me
that
crank
could
him.
also be me being a little quieter. Baby's going to sleep.
All good. I'll crank you up. That should be better. If it continues happening, just let me know in the chat if you can't hear him. I'll turn him up again or turn me down. Either or.
And just don't mind if I go mute for a second. Just means kids came down and got a little loud.
That's no problem. No problem at all. I had to go on mute. My dog might go crazy at some point too, so.
Well, good thing we got two people that like to talk in here. We can take over and cover for the others.
Yeah, exactly.
Saturn pulling that fast lap at a 42.706 right now.
Yeah, and Dime's not far behind with a 42.717, so already you can see the upgrade in this
Uh,
Silver Series compared to the Bronze lap
Top
times.
three in the 42s now.
Yeah,
And then a lot of 43.0s following right behind it.
yeah, a whole bunch of 43.0s, like you said, a 43.1. Everyone in the 43s at this point, and I expect them all to get lower 43s or into the 42s by the end of qualifying.
Yes, especially racers. She seemed like she was having a little trouble there. She's at a little further back than what I'm used to seeing her positioned.
And well, to be fair to her, she just came back from Vegas and she's sick, so quite a combo for her this week.
No, yeah, the last two times she's went to Vegas, she came back sick. First time she came back with COVID, if you remember.
I do remember that actually. I think it was for one of her brother's races or something, right?
I think it was. She needs quit going to Vegas. Evidently, it's a bad trip for her.
So as I said, pretty much everybody is at 43s at O's now, except for AJ.
No, King improved and Slick jumped up there to second. 42.4, 42.6 now for them two.
And Bunk and Dimes, notably, are tied.
Oh, well, If it stays that way, we'll see where it puts him. But Squaller has his lovely way of dealing with that, don't he?
He does,
Oh,
but
that's for the pole.
he's
That was for the pole.
yeah, and he's also not here. It's Mr. Colt.
Oh,
Mr. Colt
poor
Chevy.
Colt all by himself.
All by his lonesome. That's what
Oh
happens when
man.
Graham jumps up with a 42.5 into that second place
Oh,
position.
nice. And that's coming up on the last lap. Who do we got being the first one across the line? Oh, I'm at
Spick
the wrong spot.
Slick crosses the line, followed by King, followed by Dimes, who improves. Cyber improves up to a 0.5.
I switched on to Grandpa. It looked a little rough there, but it could have just been a little lag. We'll see. This Wreckfest 2 comes out, they should be able to make it where spectators can see the times also as the driving.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you can see here, after qualifying, just over a second separates first from who Graham stole it on the last lap.
Took it.
Okay.
So I had to put my foot in my mouth. Evidently, it was just a little bit of lag, and he was cruising just fine when I switched to him.
Good stuff, Graham. Jumping up on the pole with a 42.3. That's a good lap time, too.
Yes, it is.
What's up,
And
Oscar?
I will say the top five have got my time beat.
Yeah, I mean, 42.3, 42.4. That's definitely very fast.
For me, I'm setting about Cyber's time, and that's my gold time. So top three's just as fast as gold.
Yeah.
Well, all these guys are.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll say that week in and week out, almost, if not any one of these racers could race in gold. You know, depending on the track and car combo, they're fast enough to be there. I find it's
Yes.
just the consistency that's sometimes lacking a little bit.
Yes, and that's one thing that's quite looked at.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had Saturn. We were him and Han about him jumping up into gold. We ended up switching him with Trackhawk just because Track was basically begging us to be there.
So it's like I got a couple of prodigies. Sounds about like me, always wanting to be there in gold.
Hey, it's a fun place to be, but it's a daunting task for sure.
Yeah, when you got people like you, Colt, and Unknown, W, Zombie, some of the fastest people in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely no joke up in that gold series, but it's not shying away from our bronze or silver drivers. Uh,
Not at
These
all.
these are people who can hop into a public lobby and absolutely dominate.
And like I said, personally, I've had these bronze guys just beating my times left and right on some of these track and car combinations. Like, why am I even gold?
You're gold because
I'm
you
getting beat
wanted
by
to be
bronze.
here.
I, like, of course, I watched the bronze stream, like you were saying there. Ice Dudes became the new soul pun. I was grinding it, and
Yeah,
now I
man.
ain't got that time.
Exactly, and then that's what happens. I mean, even for me, you know, the season where I was champion, I had the time. I put a lot of hours, a lot of laps down. Now I just don't quite have that much time, and I'm falling more to the mid to backpack of gold.
Either way, I was already mid to back.
Which is still an insane place to be. Making it to Gold Series is extremely hard. I mean,
Yes, very, very difficult.
the amount of people who have been in the Silver Series for the longest. Graham's been in Silver Series since I was there.
I think Graham was there before you. He's our veteran silver driver.
Yeah, we jumped up to silver in the same season. You
No, I
you
came a
had to
season after you.
you had to deal with me in bronze for week 1 of that season,
Yeah,
and then I jumped
but
up.
I continued and won the championship because that's when they decided to throw the curveball and bring in two new guys in the last two races that almost cost me my championship.
We like to do that sometimes. Makes it more exciting, you know.
It does. Bringing new people always do because they don't completely know the competitive style that we have, and they get a little more aggressive than what they know. What a little more just because they're used to public lobbies and not a clean racing set.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that we try and pride ourselves in, is to be as clean as we can. Obviously, it's Wreckfest. There's going to be contact.
Especially like the chicane here,
Yeah,
a prime track example, and towards Dahlem, both very small tracks.
yeah, exactly. So contact's going to be made. People are going to get pushed out wide. It happens. It's racing. But, the using people as your brakes and dive bombing and whatnot, we do our best to avoid that as much as we can.
I'm assuming that Colt is doing a little track maintenance back there somewhere and retiring
Let me go take a peek.
since
Where
he's
are
in
you?
12th.
Where are you? Yeah, he's kind of parked off at the side of the tracks. I don't even know where he is. Oh, he's in pit lane.
See his name, they're like, wait a minute, he shouldn't be there. What's he doing?
Okay. He decided to
And
show
there was no.
these silver racers what's up.
uh, kind of a conversation. Well, I'll wait until after the green as we're getting ready to come up to it.
And
But I will
speaking
ask,
of,
what is who's your pick for this race?
man, that's tough. I gotta go with Graham. Graham's my boy.
I'm gonna go with King here.
Yeah, very solid pick as well. But we are packed up, and we are green here at Rosenheim.
Oh, we're Colt. He's given the full track. Okay, deal with that turn one like everybody else.
That's right. And they got through perfectly clean. Nobody crashed into any barriers or anything.
No spin outs on turn one to cause somebody else to get murdered. We're doing good.
Exactly. It's always a good start.
And I hope while I didn't have to endure that this time around.
Yeah, or Ty. Or me. Oh, his slick goes into the wall and causes a
Oh,
huge pile
good.
up.
Oh, yeah. Is that gonna be a complete restart here? Oh, there's lap one, no caution, so.
Lap one, no
Oh,
cautions.
I guess they're going
Doesn't
for it.
yeah, it doesn't look like these top two are slowing down.
Up, I'm sitting on bunk right now and still see the top two back here in fifth,
Yeah, and speaking
which
of,
Racer jumped up to sixth from ninth.
yeah, very, very beneficial for her as she goes to the inside of Izzo, and the bunk doesn't quite make it work.
Got a little beating and banging back here with this group of four. Look behind, actually, it's a group of five. With
It's
somebody else close, six, seven, eight. Oh, bunk catches outside.
it's damn near a group of 9.
Um, Buck got caught up and hit that outside wall that we were talking about earlier,
Yeah,
and had to reset and ended up losing everything.
yeah. Luckily, no real damage to the car, no internal damage, so he should still be
Yeah,
good. Lots of time.
yeah, he was quick on that reset to get out the way.
And that's why we ended up changing a couple seasons ago to the instant reset, just in case
It
stuff like that
benefits
happens.
everyone.
Yeah. And we know enough now that on tracks where you can abuse it, just don't, or you'll get black flagged or suspended.
Grandpa throwing down a 42.6 right now to take the fast lap as I'm right on board him.
And Izzo actually was able to come and sneak in behind and steal it with a 42.441.
He's third, but I can't see him from Grandpa's view. Oh, yep, he just came over and jumped. There's quite a gap there in between those front two and Izzo.
Yeah, there's definitely a large gap between that group and the top two.
They keep running smoothly though with that 2/10 of a second. He could catch up even though it's a big gap.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 15 laps to go here.
Oh, let me correct myself. Grandpa with the 42.1.
Oh man, that's gold level times through and through. Like, I struggle to hit those sometimes.
Grandpa, Grandpa has now put a little gap in between him and King because he, he ran that. He's probably got a second and a half
And
on King now.
if I remember correctly, this is a track that Graham spent quite a bit of time with me on as well. So I'm not
Good old
really
PRA
surprised.
grinding.
I mean, obviously he didn't put as much
I,
time as I did down on it, but he put a lot of time into this track, I think.
and I think Grandpa actually really does enjoy this track as well as I do.
I do as well. I think this track is super fun, really flow heavy. Like if you get
Yes.
locked into a groove, then you can really run away or catch people fast.
And right now, the only one close to his time, and still 3/10 from Grandpa's time, is Izzo.
And shout out to Izzo, who had no practice going into this.
But I will say this about Izzo: he is a very talented driver, and I don't think he really puts any practice in. I've never seen him practice. He's been in, did one or two races when we practiced, but that was before he joined the league.
Yeah, he's definitely a very gifted, talented driver, especially in this game. I mean, he just has such a good understanding of the tracks and cars that, it doesn't matter where you put him or what you put him in, he'll do very well.
I honestly think if he threw Izzo up in gold, he would actually do good. Myself and Izzo, amazing races all the time, side by side, and it's a dogfight for who's gonna get that spot.
Yeah, I've had some pretty wicked races with Izzo myself. I definitely agree with you there. He's a blast to race with, super clean. He's been around in Wreckfest for quite some time, so it's good to see him joining up.
I'm gonna say I'm giving it to that outlaw. He won last week in the race, and he's in the top five this race, so he seems to be like a well-rounded so far on what's happened. I'm not sure where he finished. I kind of forgot because I did watch Brown stream in the other race.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
forget where
Petrie
he
trying
went
to
as
make a
well.
move on Racer and on Dad.
Yeah, he does get pinched down into the wall, though.
I did, but Racer is kind of good at closing them doors on people.
Yeah,
She's
she's.
she's learned that from the first time she's been in the league.
Yeah, and it's something that you need, especially as you get higher into the series. You got to be able to close the door on people, or you're just going to get passed. I mean, it's the nature of the game.
I think I've done that very well, but I became a little too nice anymore.
Yeah, we got to turn you around back to the old soul pun days where you can't move.
No, we don't want that because then everybody will be scared of me again because I'll be practicing too much.
Fair enough. But as we close into the halfway mark of the race, Graham is storming away from everybody. I mean, that gap to him and Saturn has grown to, I'd say, 7 or 8 seconds by
Uh,
now.
Saturn just got back into second at some point in time. Last I had looked, he was in third.
Oh, really?
Yes. So he had just gotten back into second.
And with all that happening, we also have a wicked battle at the back of the pack between Cyber, AJ, and the Bunk.
Oh, you look at that. I'm looking at Undead Racer Chick and Petrie.
Yeah, so there's battles
Oh,
going on
Petrie's wide in
multiple
the
places.
fences or out into the signs.
Man, I remember last time I raced this with Petrie, and he was taking the outside line when he was in groups like this, avoiding the chicane, which ended up being beneficial for him for a while. I wonder if he
Yeah, but
brings that tactic back.
uh, with that, he's been taking the chicane that I've seen, but the competition's a little bit more smoother now and faster, so you kind of have to take that chicane if you want to keep up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Silver back then was a bit of a dogfight every week. It was fun.
And let's see, he's running a 42.7, which is a respectable time here in the C-Class Speed Demon because he's uh, I started to see that I'm kind of grown to A class now, and they ain't got the power for me anymore. I don't. I have a lot of troubles with it now.
Yeah, it's definitely
But
a
that's
interesting car to get used to. I mean, especially going from last week, we were in what the B class road cutter.
yeah. I'll give this car better credit than that.
I do too, but it's very different cars. I mean, you're going from a
Yeah.
4 gear road cutter. I think it is a 4 gear, right? I'm not losing it.
Yes,
Okay,
you are correct.
four gear road cutter, super heavy, big car into a still slightly heavy, but a 6 gear car in C class. I find this car has awkward gears on both tracks.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be running a one gear on both tracks.
I think I'm running a 3 here and then a 1 over on Torsdalen. It's just kind of what I've
Ooh, Petrie got a low
practiced.
wide into the fences coming around that U-turn. The
Yeah, and
four-way
that's
battle kind of withered out back here in seventh, sixth, and fifth.
yeah, and that section on the back straight hairpin, I find to be the most important corner, followed by the chicane. That
Well, we got Izzo pushing King through the first turn pretty much, pushing him down the straightaway. King just holding him behind him
Yep,
pretty much, it seems like.
we're gonna hop on board with that battle.
Oh, King goes way inside, Izzo outside.
So Izzo's gonna have the outside speed going into this straight. Should close a little bit of that gap down.
But we know King Saturn knows how to shut a door.
Oh, absolutely. He's another one who's been in this game for a long time. He knows how to race just as well as the rest of them.
Oh, was No Limit is within view along with Undead, and here comes that group. Oh, Izzo caught the wall.
Yeah, it's definitely going to scrub a little bit of time from that. Sounds like Undead hit the little barrier coming out of corner 1 there. Loses some speed to Dimes.
And Grandpa's just out here on a Sunday cruise right now.
Oh yeah, he's fully checked out.
He's on his way to bingo.
He doesn't have to push anything. He can drive nice and safe to the end. Although he's still running 42 threes. So still faster than the rest of the lap times here in silver.
That's faster than my lifetime.
Yeah, I will say the second fastest lap now is going to the bunk with a 42.429. And everybody here in the 42s now, which I figured would
uh,
happen.
yeah. It's,
Now a 42.1. Did not think that would happen.
I want to put it past Grandpa. Grandpa's been here a long time. He knows the cars. He knows the tracks.
Yeah, he.
And everybody has a good combination. It may not be one that he even thought he was good with.
Oh, absolutely. And I know he was able to put some time in. I mean, I saw the leaderboard times. He had a 42.3 leading into the race, so he was able to put some practice in, which I know he usually doesn't have a whole lot of time for. So that'll definitely help.
Oh, so yeah, I'm glad that's gonna give him a little boost. And we all know we love to see Grandpa win.
Oh, I absolutely do too. He was the first friend I made in PRA besides Squeller, who I know in real life, so that doesn't count. So I love to
So
see
yeah,
Grandpa thrive.
I want to be able to say who I met first. B-Dog invited me, and I just kind of became
You just
friends
infected
with
us.
everyone.
Yeah, you were an infection that we all caught the day you joined the league.
Well, that's because I rolled more than I drove.
That's fair. You're a very good comedic relief when we're all tense driving, just passing Soul Butted. He's rolling somewhere off the track. It was good times though, and you improved super fast, which was cool to see.
Well, that's thanks to the rest of the guys here in PRA. Just
Oh, and
everybody's a family here and
Izzo
help
and
each other out.
Saturn get into it. Saturn ended up spinning all the way around in that chicane.
Oh man.
Izzo did
And now
slow
that's
up to
going to
not
be a
pull
four
away.
person. And that kind of made it a four person because these other two are right there. They mess up a little bit in turn, they're going to be on each other.
Absolutely, and I will switch back to that battle, but first, I want to give credit where credit is due to Mr. Grumpal.
Win and fast lap. As long as you
Win,
don't.
fast lap, pole position, most laps led. He did it all.
They got everything on this track.
Going into the chicane, Izzo hits it clean, so does Saturn, but Izzo is going to come home with second, Saturn in third, Dimes in fourth, Undead Outlaw fifth, Petrie sixth, Racer seventh, Cyber eighth, Bunk ninth, AJ 10th, and Slick coming home in 11th.
And now it's about to get to a very, very tight track where you really have to pick and choose this next track coming up.
Yeah, it's a daunting task to race in a pack on this next track, and Torstall and Short, I mean, the passing opportunities are few and far between. You kind of have to force them to happen unless they make a mistake, which I find makes it for some very exciting racing.
It does, but it's usually very tight and everybody together, so when one person goes, it's a pile up.
Which also makes for fun watching.
Yes, it is great for the viewers, but not for the racers. Because that very bumpy track becomes a very uncontrollable front end.
Oh, yeah. I almost guarantee a lot of these racers, and even some in gold, are going to be running a softer suspension just for safety reasons.
Now, when you say softer, you're talking getting into standard at a 3 suspension?
I know I ran a 3. In fact, I think I ran my best time in a 3 suspension.
Huh,
So
intriguing. Because I stay on a 5.
I ran very close to my times on a 5. Um, Sorry, who's this? Matt, for tonight, it is a little too late, but if you want to join the Discord, head on over. Oh, is that like our Matt? Mad Matt? If it's our Mad
It's
Matt,
Mad Matt.
oh, yeah. If it's Mad Matt,
He
you get
should
in
be in
here.
this.
I thought you were a new racer. Sorry, I've never seen you chat with this one. But yeah, get on in here, bud. Let me message.
For just a second.
Yeah, no problem. Let me just message Mr. Colt Chevy and let him know you're coming. Colt. And I did see Graham in the chat. Let me pull that up again. He was just saying, yeah, come on in, Matt. The water's warm. Yeah, you can definitely come in and join in, Matt. There's room.
You're supposed to be here anyways, ain't he?
Did he register? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
I don't pay attention to that stuff anymore. That's Colt's job. He declined, but that's fine. There's room. Come join. Come have some fun with us, brother. And I'm going to go on mute real quick. I just need to message Mr. Bumskag back. All right. Matt has joined. I have messaged Mr. Bum back. Let me pull up all my stuff again.
Shall be intriguing. I need to go grab myself my other beverage.
So we are getting ready to go for 5 laps qualifying at Torsdalen Short. Whoever decided that Torsdalen Short and Rosenheim Main would be the tracks for this week is a sick bastard. Colt. But I love it, and I love you.
I was going to say, I actually enjoy the 2 tracks, just not the car.
Yeah, the track car combo is a little interesting.
Any other car, except front-wheel drive.
And it's funny, I actually think that this is the second biggest car, and he put it on the 2 smallest tracks this season.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, we got a Gorby and a Venom and a Sunrise left. So yeah, he picked the second biggest car and put it on the 2 smallest tracks, excluding ovals.
And I'm running the 2 cars I'm kind of glad I'm missing the Gorby.
Hey, you leave the
D
class Gorby alone.
I'm having enough trouble in C class. You're gonna take me down further, or you're gonna be screwed.
The D class is easy.
Not for my driving. We know how I like to throw my ass end around here.
That's fair.
And I don't work in C class that well. It might have been silver, but it don't work that great in gold.
Yeah, it's another beast in gold. We're all about perfecting our lines in the cars, and it's really try hard and sweaty up there. It's gross.
I mean, if the bronze sole palm was here, it wouldn't be a problem.
That's true. Riding on board with
Sometimes I miss that guy.
AJ.
I am actually sitting on Cyber right now, who hasn't got much talk or anything, and he's up there in the top for the points, ain't he?
He is actually. He had a bit of a rough race week 1, but
he has not got really much talk or screen time, I don't think.
no, not too much. He definitely had a bit of an unfortunate race in that first one there, so hopefully it's a little better for him, and we'll show him some love this race for sure.
34.006. There are silvers running the times I'm running pretty much.
Yeah, 34s, 33.6 by Mr. Undead Outlaw.
Jesus. Yeah, he's definitely running what I am.
Graham Paul in second with a 33.7. Does Graham just secretly love the Speed Demon and told none of us?
I think he is finding a car that he likes.
Absolutely. And I know he loves C-Class as well.
Interesting choice by Mad Matt. RDDNF with a 37.4.
Hey, you know what? He's just here to race and have fun, and I respect it.
Like I said, interesting choice. I'm not knocking it, man. But we know Mad Matt is a fast driver.
Absolutely. I mean, he can still win this race, even starting from the back.
Even, it'll be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge because he's in last. Ain't nobody getting a slower time.
With the calamity that can happen on this track, it can happen. But the Bunk jumps up into first with a 33.683.
Grandpa with a 33.5.
Grandpa. You need to chill out, sir. Just kidding. Keep going.
What he would say is he'd enter a chat with his music going, what it is.
What it is. That's right. and the Bunk crosses the line with no improvement. I'm on board with Dimes. Let's see if he can improve. Graham crosses with no improvement.
Like Dimes.
I think Grandpa he did improve, just not enough. So, Grandpa, pole setter for race number 1, winner of race number 1, pole
Are we
setter
gonna
for
have a
race number
sweep
2.
tonight?
I would love to see a sweep by Graham. Oh, it would make me
That would be
so
amazing.
happy.
You know, you'd have to pull him in and let him talk.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a full sweep that deserves some conversation.
I mean, depending on who you are. Well, not depending who you are. There's only one person, W. He always wins.
Oh yeah, if he gets a sweep, it's like, yeah, whatever. It's just another day. But Grumpal, who's usually
Uh,
the oval ace, is showing us some new stripes tonight.
I think Grandpa's he had to flip the script.
Send him to gold. That's right, Spider. Get him out of here.
I gotta pull the stream up on my phone actually, and make sure it's turned down so I don't. That way I can conversate with the audience here also.
Yeah, absolutely. I always love talking to the chat, except Oscar.
Oh yeah,
That guy sucks.
got the chat's what makes the stream get bigger.
That's right. That's why I'm always interacting with them as much as I can.
I think there's a couple drivers in here that could come to gold on this track. Actually, every driver here could almost.
I don't know. Those gold times are pushing some crazy stuff.
Maybe in the front, not in the back.
All right, that's fair. I guess I only know what 4 of us are running, but 5.
I think right now my fastest lap is in the speed demon is at 33.5. So Grandpa's running my times. On average, I'm running what no limits running. So,
See, that's the
I
thing.
mean,
Like, I'm
the top 6 are running my times.
like I'm quick on this track, but I am by far not consistent here. Like, I'll go from running a 33.1 to a 34.6.
So I'm usually averaging about a 33.8 to a 34.0 within the first 2 laps.
See, and that's showing some consistency. I don't have that here.
And that's with like maybe 40 laps ran on this track.
Yeah, I have ran quite a few today
So
because I
no,
was chilling with Mr. Iceman.
oh, I don't. When the baby's up, I play during his nap, and that's about it.
Hey, fair enough.
During the day until bedtime. So
You know, at least you get some laps in. It's better than no laps
yeah,
in.
I could have did 10 times more, but I haven't.
Fair
Cause I
enough.
could do it. I could practice every night, and I get on Rocket League instead. So
Spider's out
all
there
right.
working on his motorcycle in the garage, watching the stream. I respect it.
I seen that. I didn't want to interrupt you. We were already in a conversation when he put it out there.
Ah, it's all good. Interrupt me whenever you feel like, sir.
No, that's just rude. We ain't rude here.
But it's for the chat. It's for the people.
I'm actually kind of excited. Can't even talk now. Here we go. It's kicking in. I'm excited to see these top 6. We're very close in times.
Speaking of love to Cyber, I'm going to ride on board with him at the start of this race. We're stacked up, packed up.
Man, we're green.
Green, green,
Uh,
green.
I'm not exactly sure whether my green, and unfortunately for the bump,
Oh,
just got. Oh god.
bye,
Oh, not
Dimes.
the marshmallows.
Dimes got fully spun around there. Not a,
Yeah, bump. The bump got pushed back and almost put into the marshmallows out there, and they are unhealthy for your car.
that they
For
are.
those that have not raced as much or visited the marshmallows on this track, they are very, very solid.
Yeah, they don't taste great, that's for sure.
Oh, we got a caution. We got a full restart. Yes,
Yeah,
it
they're
looks like a full restart.
they're doing a full restart here. I noticed it. I just my stepmom and brother came home. They were handing me some mail.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing about two talkative people.
That's right. But we are going to get ready to go here again. Cyber was bad luck, apparently, so let's hop on board with Racer, see what happens.
I am sitting on slick. As he had given Dimes a little love when I switched onto him.
Always got to show love to Dimes. But we are restacked, repacked, coming to the line. And we are green, green, green. Let's hope they survive this time.
Oh. Racer got caught up in the slick and could have been worse.
Absolutely. It was a very good save to not die.
As Saturn just takes a 2-for-1.
That he does. A much better start for Dimes and the bunk this time, as they are not dead.
Buck still lost a lot of spots. He was second. He started on that outside front spot.
Yeah, that outside front spot is terrifying. Anywhere near that curb just sucks.
Anywhere on the outside here for turn one is bad. So that's why I'm hoping I get an odd number or just go last.
Yeah.
No, not last. Don't want last. That's 12th.
Yeah, he definitely won't shooting for odd numbers here. But sometimes it doesn't work out in your favor.
No.
You just got to live with that. Undead Outlaw into the wall. That's going to give Saturn a good run. So he gets by nice and clean. Dimes is also there.
I'm sitting on slick because he's got his own. It's the other four right there in front of him up to Dimes and that.
Yeah, another kind of like a replay of last race where you had a couple different packs all battling each other.
Yeah. Oh no, they're kind of in a train right now for like 7, 8 positions. Because you got Racer and Cyber and Peach all right there too.
Yeah, they are a little more single filed out. Graham is just on a tear tonight.
Oh, now we're third wide. We're on third wide with those Racer and Slick.
Yeah, we're hopping back with Cyber to see how this shakes out. He's got a perfect view of all three of these drivers.
Well, then you got 4 battling right in front of this. I'm sitting on Slick. So they're all really close.
Yeah, and with them being this close,
From
Graham is
Saturn back.
Graham is on something tonight, man. He's ran another 33.5. He's got another fast lap.
And the closest one's a 33.8 by King, who is Saturn's trying to run. Saturn's trying to get away. He's got the front line, but
Yeah, it's tough to do.
He went too wide. He went too wide, though.
And here comes Undead Outlaw. He's going to have the inside for this final corner.
Yep. And that slows him down where Slick is now right up in with him. He's trying to get by Bunk now. Oh, somebody went for a low ride.
It's a bad bounce, but he saves her. Hangs onto it.
Slick hit the inside. Little hump there. Lost spot to Izzo.
Man, that section of track is absolutely terrifying. So many things can go wrong.
Dropped behind Petrie.
Yeah, she fell behind
Cyber
Petrie
dropped back
a bit ago.
Because I thought Cyber was in front of Racer. Or in front of Petrie.
I think he was maybe in front of Petrie. He wasn't in front of Racer, though. I know that.
No, not in front of Racer. You are correct on that. Oh, Buck goes wide. Catches signs back there. He lost a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Izzo caught the inside wall on the turn.
Racer trying to go for the 2-for-1 special. Doesn't quite get it. Gets one of them, though.
Ooh, Slick catches the inside wall. Go up here and see what Grandpa's doing on a Sunday drive.
Sunday Drive Part 2 featuring Grandpa. Saturn must have really had a bit of a rough ride as Dimes also got around him, so Saturn down into 4th now.
Grandpa's just clear. He can't. I haven't seen anybody in his review except for the long straights.
Yeah, you just barely see the tops of their cars as they're
Yep,
coming through the
that's
curves.
it. It's
Yeah, he is very much on cruise control already, which is ridiculous.
yeah. We're not even halfway through. Just got to 12.
That's right. One more lap to be halfway through, and Graham has been on cruise control for 10 laps now. At least that's what it feels like to me.
Well, I mean, you should know that feeling. Feels good though.
It is an
When you're in
amazing
Grandpa's
feeling.
shoes.
Yeah, when you're in Graham's shoes, I mean, you're definitely pushing a little bit still. Not
Racer
enough to
got a little
die.
wide and lost the spot to Cyber.
Yeah, this is where all the battling's happening now, it seems like, is kind of this backpack. Dime Saturn and Outlaw are battling a little
Yeah,
bit, but
but not too much. Where you got 6 people. Well, I mean, Cyber's catching. Petrie is a king. So that's gonna be getting interesting here soon too. Oh, he caught the inside wall. Never mind. Now Racer has caught him.
yeah, this is kind of the game of Torch Dowlin. You run away from people, then you make a mistake, and then they catch up, and then you run away. Petrie with the super clean 34.000 second lap time. Racer had that in qualifying. Shout out to both of them.
Making it very clean.
There's a couple tracks in this game where I have a lap time like that, and I just never want to improve them because they look so good. Like, they're not good times, but they just look good.
Yeah, that never happened. Recently, I've been running the Hammerhead RS and A class, trying to just set sometimes in public lobbies.
Hey, fair enough. A class is a lot of fun. We just have grown in C and B class lobbies so much that I feel like a lot of these drivers are a little scared of A class, and they shouldn't be. It's fun.
No, but I mean, kind of put a shout out to one of our gold drivers here. There are a few PRA drivers that's ventured into it with one of the other leagues.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Unknown, an A class legend of Wreckfest.
And it's a league which has kind of turned me to A class a little bit more.
Hey, it turned me to A class for a bit as well. It's definitely fun. It's a lot more challenging in some aspects than C and B class.
A lot more throttle control than either one. That's the challenging part. You
Yeah,
can't just
absolutely.
stay on it.
Hey, Brad, how you doing in the chat? You coming to race with us tonight?
Uh,
You don't need to practice. It's fine. Just come join us.
oh, you know he's got some practicing.
He's declined, I'm pretty sure, for this week.
We already know I'll be declined unless something happens. So, unfortunately, such a sad day.
I know, it's hurts my heart, soul pun.
But I won't be denying those checks because there's mandatory overtime right now and I can use the money.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Get it, take all the overtime you can get. Ah, fair enough, Brad. Well, we hope to see you back eventually. Or I'll have to drive out there and beat your ass. Appreciate it, Brad.
Yep, always, man. You at least gotta come in and teach me a couple things for when I come back next season with you. Probably not. It's gonna be a soft retire for me.
Yeah, I'm also in a soft retire, but I still race every week. I don't know how that works, but here we are.
There won't be no racing, probably no practicing really. If things started a little bit later, I'd be able to race.
Yes,
But
unfortunately, it's a little
by
too
the
late.
shift, yeah, for a lot of people, which, I mean, not asking for change. But it'd just be an hour, hour and a half too soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people got to work in the morning.
Ooh, Cyber
Cyber
takes a
going for a
right
ride. He saves her.
lag. No, that was lag.
No, he
Because
lost
he
so
was
much
out there,
speed.
but he did, but he went straight right perfectly into the turn like he never did anything on my screen.
Yeah, I've done it a couple. It's hard to do, but it is possible. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
Uh, but the odds of that happening the one time he's done it during the race, uh,
Oh, who's that? Somebody's
somebody's
over. That looks like
the bunk.
Bunk.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. He went off a little bit. He licked the marshmallow,
And looking up front in the pack, Graham, of course, is still on his little Sunday cruise.
but no longer has a fast lap.
Oh,
The bunk took it with a 33.4.
hey, hey. There you go, Bunk. Stealing some
Back here
points.
in eighth. I remember the days when we'd bring the winner in the fast lap
Yeah, back
up.
when it was one race for bronze.
Uh,
But looking in
I was
second,
lucky. I was lucky for that 1 week.
looking in second place, Undead
Oh,
is on a Saturday cruise.
with the 33.5 also.
Yeah, so oh, nope, that was lag. All right, cool. I thought Dimes was maybe dying.
Petrus kind of running for his life, but trying to catch times.
Yeah,
Because he's got King Saturn and Slick both right there within a mistake, and somebody else. Izzo.
yeah, and Izzo, but pretty single file racing right now. No real battles happening anywhere that I can see.
No real battles.
We're gonna ride on
But it's
board.
nice to watch his five guys kind of roll together smoothly.
Yeah, it is. But we're hopping on board with Graham as he's rounding the final few corners.
Yeah, he needs that spotlight.
He's got the glasses on. He's got the shades on, going for a cruise as he comes home with the victory. What
I stood being the
a
new virus and getting the
legend.
sunglasses out there.
It's the new plague of sunglasses. Adds 10 horsepower, apparently.
Gotta bring that man in. We done said it on the stream.
We did. Go give him an invite. We'll get him in here. I'm also going to shout out my bronze drivers again, Mr. Ice Dude and Nitro, on their amazing victories. We're pulling Graham in here to have a little chat. We'll bring back the interviewing racers next week 100%. I've just been trying to get things figured out over in the Streamland. Speaking of, what it is.
Yo, what it is?
What it is, Mr. Grumball.
I'm gonna let you do it. I just want to say congrats. Got that
Thanks, man.
sweep.
Brother,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
what happened to you today?
I let Colt drive my car.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I was just, acting like I was actually driving. No, it was just the car, the tracks, it seemed to work out in my favor.
Yeah,
It
man.
worked out pretty well.
Dude, hell of a run. I mean, the amount of points that you're getting for tonight with bonus points and the back-to-back sweep, or the sweep of the night, back-to-back victories. Congratulations, dude. That's not an easy feat in this series.
Yeah, that probably won't ever happen again, so I'll enjoy it. Just everything worked out, going in the first corner and uh, they pushed a little bit, and the bunk pushed a little bit on the outside there, and it kind of stacked up just enough for me to get into the front. And I got a push from behind on the start from Undead there, and it pushed me out to the front. So it worked out good because if you don't get to the front in the beginning, it's gonna be a little rough. And I can hear it in the chat that it wasn't fun. So
Yes,
I'm glad that I didn't have to deal with that.
especially on tracks like Rosenheim and Torstallin. I mean, two very tight tracks. A mistake compounds into the rest of the pack. It's very important to get out front as soon as possible.
Yeah, I was really scared at Rosenheim going into the chicane there at the very end of the lap with Saturn to the outside because I'd never really been down that low to enter. I was like, oh, this is going to be either bad or good. I don't really know. So I went for it, and Saturn held his line. He did a great job, and it worked out pretty well.
Absolutely, man. Well, like I said, congratulations on the sweep.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for streaming and all you do for PRA. We appreciate it.
Of course, brother. We appreciate you too, man.
It's all about the drivers. The drivers make it what it is.
That's
The
right.
drivers put the work in, put the show on. They do everything. We just sit back and talk about y'all.
Well, it sounded like they put on a hell of a show behind me, so I'm glad that they at least gave you something to watch.
Absolutely. We came in to
It
check
was
in on you every
pretty
once in a
full
while.
wide.
It's like, oh, yeah, we can't see anybody. That's cool.
And look, there's the top of one of their cars.
I said, "Hey, look, there's a squirrel." And they all looked, and that's all happened. So,
All right, buddy. You have yourself a wonderful evening.
you too. Thank you so much, and good luck in the gold race tonight, fellas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was weekend number 2 of Season 19 Silver Series. Anything left to say, Mr. Soul Pun?
Just now it's time for us to put our serious face on and get to this gold race.
That's right. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, same with you. Hopefully we'll have as much fun as these guys did, it sounds like.
Oh, I hope so. All right, guys. Don't go far. Mr. Bumskag will be starting up the stream very, very soon. I just got to go get him logged in. So, don't go far. The stream will be up very soon. We'll see you then.